very heavily. There were many places. I saw the Kwetwe Bridge got completely submerged. So it means that not only so from the southern part of the Volta into the central to the middle part of the Volta region, many places got flooded. Then you're talking about central region. They have been having an onslaught for many weeks now. They've lost many people to the floods. So central region has been badly hit. Like I said, we haven't heard enough from the eastern region to be concerned. But there are many other places that have been affected by these floods. To what extent will what we are doing get to those areas? Are they involved in this flood mitigation measures? Very interesting. So we'll be doing a tour of the regions. We'll start from Greater Accra, then move to the other regions and try to get a sense as to how things were, how things are now, and what needs to be done from what they saw, the perspectives that they've built from watching, because it is important to be at the front line most at times, because if you are the one who's supposed to improve the situation and you see it for yourself, you at least have a sense of where the problem is and then know where to target when you're solving the challenge. So I think that's the thing, that will be the focus. Nancy?
No, it's good that we've heard that the money has been released. We are praying that the distribution is done, and we prioritize what is important and give to the necessary agencies that are supposed to get monies. Okay. And we are also hoping that when these monies hit the accounts of the various agencies, they use it for what it is intended for. That would benefit Ghanaians. Okay. It is our money. Use it to help us.
Okay.
Yes. I am praying that what the percentage that they must give NADMO goes to NADMO.
Okay.
Because when everything is done, everybody's looking at NADMO.
Yeah.
The people we have rescued who are spending the rest of the time in school buildings, churches and all that, they'll be looking, they'll be looking at NADMOs for some relief items. They'll be looking at NADMO for other things. And so we hope that the percentage that must go to NADMO will go to NADMO so that they can also take on their work from there. And provide the necessary relief items for the people.
Let's speak to and I'll come back to you. Let's speak to the Greater Accra Regional Commander of NADMO.
Okay.
ACFO2, Rashid Kwame Nisau. Thank you very much for your time, sir, and good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Good morning to your cherished listeners.
I hope you're well this morning.
By the grace of Allah, I'm fine, my brother.
Monday was the Waterloo. Today is Thursday. What is the situation currently?
Okay, so you all know what happened on Monday. We had flooding all over the city. We deployed our fire engines. We did what we could do. Unfortunately, along the line too, we had a fire outbreak at Odona. We were able to bring it under control the following day around 3:30 a.m. thereabout. But as it stands, you want to know what is going on. We are at the post-incident management stage, and then the post-disaster management stage. Here, you will have people who have been displaced. That was the day before yesterday. Honorable Latif MC Publicuma called me and asked that assist people of Alajo of water. So we took the tender there and gave them some strips of water. I think this morning to continue with that exercise because people needed water to wash themselves. People have not bathed for some few days. Some also need some of this water to clean their homes and other things. So if you're asking and wanting to know what is going on, these are some of the activities that we are doing. We are trying to reach out to. Yesterday I was at VIP I sent my people to VIP. The Accra Metropolitan Fire Station was at VIP, and what they went there to do was that the whole place was inundated with water. So it came with a lot of debris and left them with mud. So we used the fire engine to blow the place and clean all their offices. We also did that with Electricity Company of Ghana. We were there at Goel Filling Station, at STP, in Audume. I can go on and on and on. And I think the line is even, the queue is long. And that everybody is looking for assistance to come and help clear the mud that the flood has left. So if you want to know what is happening at the post-incident management stage, that is what Ghana National Fire Service, Greater Accra, is currently undertaking.
And that has been, so currently you're doing cleanup in most of the places that...
Yes, that's what we are doing. Because, the water came with mud and a lot of debris. So now that some of the water is gone, it's leaving them with mud and then the debris. So we use the jet, we call it the jet from the fire engine to blow some of these offices for them.
Are you able to respond to all this current requests for help in the cleanup exercise adequately?
The numbers are overwhelming. So we need to, at times, send the men to go with sometimes with shovels and featherweight pumps in a pickup. You see, we also have one pump that we call a featherweight pump. You can't work with that one. So sometimes we deploy in a pickup with some 2-3 men to go and do the job. But we are doing our best. We may not be able to satisfy everybody, but at least we are looking at the sensitive installations, like I mentioned to you, Electricity Company of Ghana. They want to restore power. They complain that their substation at behind VIP there had a challenge. The men were there throughout. VIP, I've told you, go to a similar story. There are other warehouses. People are coming with their requests. So we'll try and do our best.
I see. Have the rainwater receded in most of those places? Have those places dried up?
Some places, yes. Some places, too, they are still having water. I remember one was that yesterday somebody called, and when we got there, we wanted to climb, but we realized that we could chisel the wall so that water could find its way through that, and we did that yesterday around Sacramento areas. So sometimes when we get there and we realize that the water volume is such that timing will take a lot of time, and then we can create an exit for the water through a wall, we borehole through walls, and then we allow the water to escape.
Have you found that is the biggest problem for most places, that the water is struggling to find a place, a passageway, a channel?
Yes, that's the challenge, please. That's the challenge.
So in some cases, you have to create it for the water.
We have to. So we call it small gears. In the fire tender, every fire tender has small gears. And the tools that are in small gears are sealing hooks, hammer, crowbar, a lot of small implements, these chisels and other things that we can use to, because in fire service, our mandate also allows us to rescue at 537-1997. So we have these tools that if at a point in time we are not getting access, we do it force entry. So we use these tools that we use for force entry to create a passage for the water to escape, either in the room or on the wall. Yes.
In fact, I know we all know for a fact, because we have been having conversations on this. This is not the first flooding you've experienced during this rainy season. In terms of damage, how extensive was this one?
This damage was extensive, and we will not be able to put figures on it until after some time. So because of that, I'll stop talking about figures, about deaths and other things, and then laying hands on the amount of damage or the quantity that has gone wrong. Just hope that after here, Allah will guide us. It was extensive. I will not hide it from you. It was extensive.
So even when it comes to deaths and perhaps those who have been displaced, you've decided to count before you come out with further, because what the minister mentioned alone was quite mind-boggling.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. That I have disease. I don't want to mention figures any longer. Because when we go to Alaju, I was touched. When we go to Alaju, a lot of people, when Honorable Latif asked that we should come there, I went there myself, saw that there were people lined up at the roadside, all because they needed water. So we went so many trips that we could. But this morning, like I said, I'll try my best and resume that activity and then give them some water to wash themselves.
Was Odona the only place you recorded fire?
Yes, when it was not Odona alone. We had fires at various places, but then Odona's own was the bigger one. That is how come that one took the center stage. Apart from, because Medina attended fire, Adenta attended to a fire, the region also had their own. So there were fires. Just that because the Odona one was a big fire, that's how come everybody is talking about Odona.
And I wanted to paint us a picture. On the day in question,
yes,
when the thing was happening,
yes,
we realized that your men were still trying to walk through flood waters.
yes,
You couldn't tell the depth of the water,
yes,
what has happened to the landscape, but you were still trying to get to that place. Was
yes,
every personnel that was involved in that exercise accounted for?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Our men, to the best of my knowledge, in the greater Accra region, we are safe. The men are accounted for, they are safe.
When were you able to put out that water, that fire finally?
We finally extinguished it the previous day. That was on the Tuesday around 3:45 thereabout. We declared our fire finally extinguished, and I had to put in the fire tender from Circle Fire Station to be on standby for reignition, and they went for reignition about 2 or 3 times. Yes. And this morning, yesterday I was to meet them, but unfortunately we had a national program, so we couldn't meet them. So this morning, I've given the message to the Circle District Commander to inform the heads of the market at Odona to meet me at the regional headquarters so that we can deliberate and put in measures to see the way forward. So they are meeting me this morning at 10 a.m.
I see. Has the water there receded greatly?
Yes, the water has gone. What I saw yesterday, the water has gone down.
You're helping people with water at Alajo. You're also helping people to get water out of their compounds, among others.
Yes.
I have you started sharing any relief items as yet? Do you have any?
Oh, no, that is not our mandate.
Okay.
That is beyond our mandate. The only relief that we have is what I've mentioned to you.
Okay.
Where the men are there to help in evacuation, to use our small gears to create or force brick walls to allow water to escape from homes and other places. Our tenders will be used for flashing, like I told you that we did at VIP, we did at ECG, we did even Twitter Ghana and East Environs. So many companies are calling for us to come and assist them. So that is what we are doing currently. And it's part of post-incident management issues.
I see. I want to ask you, on the day in question, were you overwhelmed?
Oh, that come, we term it as a disaster. A disaster by definition is an event that has occurred that is beyond one organization. If it's just fire that you can contain it yourself, flood you can contain it with only one institution, then that one internationally, UN standards, we don't define that as a disaster. A disaster is an event that will come, that the casualties and the havoc, the devastation is beyond the handling of one institution. So it was a disaster because NADMO was involved, the military were involved, the police were involved, ambulance were involved, even private individuals who had capacity came in. So that is how can we call it a disaster. So it couldn't have been fire service if we don't play.
So there was a lot of institutional cooperation on that day.
That is what happened exactly that day. Because let me be quick to also commend the mayor. That night he came there at Odona and then released the tanker at the assembly, AMA assembly, to come and augment water for firefighting purpose. So you see the way the coordination happened. So he came in and then gave us a tanker, and the tanker went so many times to fetch water to augment water for firefighting purposes. So that's what happened that day.
And I'm also wondering, because everybody keeps asking you about the rescue exercise, but anybody ever asked you whether fire service itself was affected in any way?
But that is the thing. Maybe the thing that because we are in uniform, because the thing we are in uniform, maybe we may be waterproof. That's a lighter note. On the lighter note, anyway. That's an unfortunate. They should have also found out whether we are also safe, like you are asking, but by the grace of Allah, our men were safe. At least we have basic understanding on what to do. You need to be alive to be able to save somebody.
Did you have some offices that were flooded? Some stations?
Oh yes, the station at Odon, this place, Audume, STC.
Okay.
So I had to move the station to the regional headquarters. I was sent videos. I moved there to myself. I saw it. The whole place was flooded, and then so quickly I ordered that the communication, everything should be moved to Kulebu, the regional headquarters, on the way to Mampubi. So they stayed there for about 2 days, and they came back yesterday in the evening.
At this time, what do you need the most? I know I may not be able to help you, but there are people who are listening who can.
Well, you know our fire standards run on fuel. I know the chief officer is doing her best. She's doing it for us. But if you can assist us with some fuel, we'll be grateful, because these engines are not pickups that are running on the 5 gallons and 10 gallons. We take in drums. And it's interesting to know that when the fire engine is on, doesn't go off. The engine doesn't go off until the job is done. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
This engine will drive you to the fire ground. It is the same engine you are going to engage to propel the pump at the back to flash whatever you want to use the water to do. If it is firefighting, the engine must be on to allow the pump behind to work. If it is flashing the debris, the engine must be on. If you are going for replenishing, the engine must be on. Anything that so if the engine is on until the exercise is over, that is how come there could be stress or pressure on the fire engine, because the fire engine is not such that you get to the fire thing and put it off, and then when you finish you come and spark it. No, that is what enables you to do the job. Either you are going for replenishing, either you are going to prime, either you are going to fight fire, either you are going to flush the gutter, you are going to whatever you are going to do, the engine must be on. So it tells you that, and the consumption of the diesel is faster if the car is stationary, and you have to accelerate the throttle to the highest of the engine to give you the right pressure that you need at the end or at the branch. So that tells you why there's so much pressure on the fire engine, and then the fuel issues, because the fire engine doesn't go off until the exercise is over. That's the difference between we and other service. If it's even an ambulance coming to pick, he gets to the hospital, he can decide to off the engine and take the casualty. When he can't, he sparks his engine, he goes away. I hope you are getting what I'm saying.
Yes.
Ours is not like that. So long as the engine is on, if the exercise is not over, the engine doesn't go off. That's what it says. So if you are requesting for assistance for us, fuel is an area that you can ask. If somebody can give, that's fine. It's very good. And then our hoses too, because of the pressure that we exert on them and where we are taking them through, you see that at a point in time, the hose can get burst. And then the featherweight pumps that we use in priming, we need more of those so that if even at all the fire engine cannot be anywhere, we can get pickups and private cars, put these featherweight pumps in these vehicles and take them to wherever we need to prime and prime.
So this morning, if you got a call from any of the oil marketing companies offering you fuel and people offering you pickups that you can use, you'll be very grateful.
Very grateful. We will.
Well, and I'm guessing a lot of people are listening and will come to your aid. But I want to ask you two things, then we'll wrap this up, because I'm sure there's a lot to do this morning and there'll be a lot of talking to do subsequently. The first one is, I want to ask you, what surprised you the most?
What?
Was there anything that you came across that shocked you, left you surprised? You've never seen that in your life before.
To be honest with you, I've seen floods. I've seen flood waters. The level of floods that day scared me. I live around Medina area. I was going to work in the morning. I got to behind the Accra Mall, where the railway line passes. There's a bridge that the railway passes on top. I don't know whether around Polo Grounds area there.
Yes, I know that place well.
The number of cars that were going, the water was carrying away that I saw. I realized that no, I don't have to make an attempt. I think I returned and had to go through another route. And I even came, I let the police officers who were around the flower pot and directing traffic to just tell the people nobody should attempt passing there at all. So the volume, anything scared me, or I was amazed, was the volume of water that I saw that day. I've never seen such before.
I see. What would be your advice to the public?
Well, number one, since we are talking about floods and fire, I would say what's on one or two on floods and then also fire. With the floods, if you are living in a low-lying area, we advise you to move to a higher ground. Then to the filling stations, the issues of fire, and then the fuel, the likelihood of water, flood water, mixing with underground tanks, pushing out petrol, because water is denser than petrol is there. So because of that, we are advising the chief of Senfa has said this thing, that if you want to buy fuel and it's raining, please, will advise you, if the little you have can take you home, go home with your little fuel. The following day, when everything subsides, you can come and buy. Don't come and refuel in the rain at the filling station. The fuel stations, if they can suspend the sale of fuel at the time the floods, or it starts raining, it's the best, at least for an hour or two, so that if the water subsides, they can continue with their sales. If you are a passerby, I will advise strongly not to take shelter at a filling station. It's better to get wet than be there that maybe the flood water will push out fuel for fire to come and consume you. So I advise passersby not to take shelter in the rain at a filling station. I will discourage that one. And if they had come to discharge, we advise that they shouldn't discharge until the rains are over.
Thank you. And you and your men have the gratitude of a nation. We know you do this with less than you need. Far, far less resource than you do. You risk your life under very, I'm sure, very risky circumstances. So thank you.
Thank you very much, my brother. I'm grateful.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
ACFO Rashid Kwame Misao, who is Greater Accra Regional Commander of the Fire Service. We know that for a fact, that the Fire Service does this without even close to half what they need most of the times. In fact, over the years, they are, in terms of resource, their stock have depleted significantly. They don't have close to the things 5 years ago what they don't have now. So there's a need to empower them, especially since they are the ones you tend to in this kind of situation. But sometimes big moments start with small things. A call to a loved one, a Momo transaction to support family, a bundle to grow your business. But what if they could lead to something bigger than you ever imagined? With the MTN at 30 promo, every call, every test, every browse, every Momo transaction, every connection to home, yes, to home fiber, and every activity on the My MTN